Welcome to episode 12 of Build an Etsy Business with me, Nick, and of course, Lou. And you'll notice a new background in my videos. This is because I've actually moved house, so I've lost the really nice open plan glass and got this strange bookworm book thing here. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this view from now on. Coming up a little bit later on in this episode, Lou is going to take you on a deep dive into her studio. It's fascinating, especially the piece of her workshop that is dedicated to photography. So I thought that was fascinating when I saw that, because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the setup of her photography studio or the workshop as a whole in detail. So she'll be talking about that a little bit later. And she's also going to be talking about shipping, and we've discovered we've got a bit of a problem with shipping and we need to work to a solution on that. I've got the solution, but Lou's going to explain what's going on with that, and then I'll talk about it a little bit more later on. So let's get into what Lou's got to show us this week, and then I'll come along afterwards to talk about what she said later on in the video. Let's go.
Hello everyone in the world of Etsy. Very hot here in the UK. It's like some sort of heat wave going on. It's very, very strange. 2 weeks ago, I had like 2 jumpers on in here. It was freezing. We seem to have in the UK either winter or summer. There doesn't seem to be a spring or an autumn these days. Anyway, we're not used to the heat, but we'll crack on. I've got a soft drink. It's not coffee. Plenty of water. Okay. What have I... See, my brain is frazzled, absolutely frazzled. I've been trying to work things out. Shipping, I know, shipping again, but I've got to get it right. It's really important because these shelves, they all weigh different numbers, different weights, similar but different. And there's a big difference in the pricing from a 30 centimetre shelf to a 140 centimetre shelf. I'm not so worried about in the UK. I think I know what I'm going to be doing with that. I think I'm going to have to offer free shipping. Obviously, it's not free. The price goes into the product. We can't give it away. But I think that's the best way to do it. Then I can, whatever the price is for that particular shelf, I can put it in and then I can keep that listing, if that makes any sense. So if I just say free shipping for the UK, it can only be for the UK. I think this is what I'm going to do. That way, it's a fair price, a fair shipping price will go into each sized shelf on the same listing there. So international shipping, I'm trying to work that out. So what I've been doing is calculating the weights of all. I need to get a decent set of scales. I've only got this little tiny set of scales and it only goes up to a certain weight. So what I've been doing, because and then divide that by 10. By however long the shelf is. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm trying to get a good weight. So if you know the weight of your what you're going to be sending, you can work out how much the shipping is going to be. Again, it's going to be difficult because of that listing style of Etsy. You can't do an individual, if you've got, if I'm listing one shelf and I've got it all in different sizes in that listing, you can't give it the separate shipping prices, which is frustrating. But it is what it is. So got to work it out. Got an emergency meeting with Nick tomorrow. By the time this video comes out, we would have had that meeting, and fingers crossed, Nick has struck gold and come up with the ultimate plan. So fingers crossed for that. The other thing I'm trying to work out is, as well as the shipping costs, is the costs of, because at the moment, the price I'm putting on, I'm trying to work out how long it takes me. So I've been timing myself on how long it takes me to make a particular shelf of a particular size, how much I want to earn per hour, how much I want to earn per week, and try and work it all out so I'm charging the right amount of money. Again, it's a bit of a minefield. You don't want to go too heavy with the price and then not get any sales. But again, I don't want to be working for nothing, because I've seen so many people in my niche, and I'm just thinking, I don't know how they're making money. I just don't know how they're making money. I don't know whether it's because they're just doing it as a hobby or just a bit of an extra income, but this is going to be full time and I need a decent income. And you know, I want to have a comfortable living from this. No scrimping and scraping anymore. Thank you very much. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. My brain is, as I say, it's frazzled. So let's have a little bit of fun now. And I'm going to take you around the workshop and you can see the state of it. So I want you to see the progression of how it's going to turn out, because it needs a lot doing in here. So let's have a little look, shall we? So let's get in. So the light. So I've got you on wide now. So I'm on my phone, so I can give you this much wider field of view. So it looks bigger than it actually is. It's not as big as this, but it's not too bad. Anyway, so I want you to think of the workshop in 6 sections. I'll do a little diagram for you so you get a better understanding of what I mean. So I'm going to turn you around and we're going to go to section 1, which is this section here. Now, at the moment, as you can see, it's just full of furniture. So if you're new to Nick's channel, or you've completely forgotten, or I haven't said, but I think I have, what I used to do was I used to do up old furniture and stuff like that. So back here is all the stuff that is still remaining that I just need to sell. So it's all covered up and that. I've got these old lockers that, again, I had all these plans, these fancy plans. You can't really see anything. What I will do is I will, there's some lumber there, is I will put in what these ones down here look like, because they took me a long time, and I had this massive vision of what I wanted to do and sell vintage furniture all redone and all done up and everything, but it was difficult to make money. So I've scrapped that, and now I'm doing the Etsy thing. So these lockers, again, I had this plan for those lockers to turn them into sort of wardrobes. I mean, look, car bonnets. I was going to turn them into like industrial style tables. This old metal thing as well. It's just all load of old rubbish that nobody wanted, and I stupidly bought it thinking I was going to do it up. Well, I had good intentions, but there you go. So this corner here, I've got to sell all this ASAP. Get rid of it all, because I want to turn I need this corner for, hopefully, I've just nearly tripped over my camera. I think all this stuff's going to go over there, because the miter saw needs to have a long run to have a miter saw station, but I might also put it on that wall because it's a long wall. Anyway, I'm not sure. So at the moment, that's just stuffed full of furniture. It's all in the way and it needs gone. There's more furniture over here. So at the moment, there's loads of timber. Absolutely loads. This is shelving that I'm still working on. And look, I'll take you in here. There's loads of, this is all old reclaimed timber. But the good thing is I'm going to use all this to make the new workbenches. Look, more furniture here. Old trunks as well. There's 3 trunks. There's a window behind there. This cage, I had a brilliant idea for this cage. Lights everywhere. I was going to turn that into this fantastic whiskey cabinet. If you can just see, there's a, let's take you right into the depths. there is a window there, and I'd like to have, you know, be able to see out of that. There's just old paint. There's a soda blaster there. There's the, compressor. Got 2 old jerry cans there. I mean, this is just full of rubbish. Down here is just an old pile of wood scraps. You know, those little annoying pieces of wood you don't know what to do, but you just can't throw away. Well, I can't. There's old VW wheel rims there. I haven't got a VW. I've got a Mazda Bongo. I haven't even got a VW. But I was going to turn them into tables, little side tables. Yeah, I know. Anyway, here's the wall of magic. My lovely vintage hand tools. Definitely keeping that. These are my pigeonholes where I just keep all my stuff. They're a total mess. In that cupboard is a total mess. Let's have a little look. Oh, excuse the noise. It's just full of stuff. There's no organisation whatsoever. That literally is what inside my head is like. Honestly, it's just a jumbled mess that I have to pick stuff out of. Oh, look at these lovely tools. Say no more. Beautiful. Here, look at this mess here. These are all my hand tools. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know where everything is, but I'm fed up trying every time I want a screwdriver or having to go through all of this, everything down there. There's so much that needs doing, but I just haven't had the time. I love all my little old bits of petrol mobilia, whatever it's called. I've got old lanterns up there, and well, I like the aesthetics of all the old vintage stuff. I mean, obviously that's not vintage, that's a Bluetooth speaker. But all my lovely old tools. And a 10-pin bowling pin. Well, why not? Here we have, underneath here, is loads of different power tools that I've got. A grinder, a planer, reciprocating saw, all sorts of bits and pieces. It's a total mess. It gets covered in dust, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it under there. I hate going under there, but it's fine for now. My sander there with the extraction, belt sander there. There is no, it gets so dusty in here, it's ridiculous. But when I earn some money, I can get a dust system. So this is where I do most of my work at the moment, on this bench. And as I say, you can see, because it's open, all the dust and everything gets under there. And then there's all my drill bits and bits and pieces like that, Forstner bits, whatnot. Down there's all my screws and things. If I turn you around nice and slowly so you don't get sick. So this is where the big boys' toys are. These are my power tools. So here, what I want to do is build another big bench, bigger than the one that's here, because I want to integrate the table saw into the bench, and I want a router in the bench as well. So I can have 2 benches, one for assembling stuff and one for painted stuff. I don't know, I don't exactly know yet. But I'm hoping to get the miter saw and the pillar drill over into this area here. Behind this wall there is lots of storage. I've got all my camping gear, so it's all my personal stuff. So I've got camping gear and electrical equipment all behind there. That needs sealing off as well, because all the dust can get in around the corner there, and yeah, it's not particularly pleasant. So over this part, this is another piece of furniture here. It's upside down and the drawers have been taken out. It's nearly done. Everything's nearly finished. That is the story of my life. Everything is nearly finished. So there is the first 4 sections. Section 1, section 1, section 2. We're then going to call this section 3. And here, section 3. And this is section 4. Now we're going to go into section 5 and 6. So into what I call the studio. What do I do in here? Well, this is where I do my photography. Oh, you can hear an echo, it's changed. Shelves there, most of them have been photographed now. You may recognise some of those bits and pieces that are on the Etsy store. Lighting, one of the shelves, and props and things like that. I've got some new props. So my idea, one of you in the comments said, you know, maybe change up for the photography, change up the different ornaments, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So my method behind my madness for each set of shelving, so this is the stuff that's just been done, and they all had the same little tree thing, plant, and then the next set of shelving, which will be the thinner stuff, will have another set of ornaments, and then the next shelf size will have another set of ornaments. So when they're in the shop, you should hopefully distinguish the sizes by the ornaments that are on them. That's my method anyway, method in my madness. Through this door in here is a storage room. It was meant to be the office, but as you can see, there's comfy chairs. This comes into its own in the winter in here. I like to sit in this chair. Oh, sorry if I made you feel sick. With a nice cup of coffee. Excuse the mess. It's just a dumping site at the moment. I've got lots of things that it's this stuff I can't fit in my house, basically, in here. Christmas decorations up there. Loads of stuff there. They're all like candle holders. So yeah, this has just been a bit of a dumping ground lately. Ceiling never got finished. But yeah, that's it. That is it. Look, there's a window that should be put in, but I haven't done it. But the idea is to do demonstrations in here as well. So for my YouTube channel, it's DIY based, and I'm going to be teaching people how to make stuff and whatnot, just DIYers. You won't need all this big equipment. I'm going to try and do it with the minimum as possible. And again, this wall I specifically made to maybe do demonstrations of decorating, wallpapering, that sort of thing. But it's also a very, very good studio. It's perfect for it. And this wall here I've actually designed it. It's got a big wheel, so it opens out completely. So this whole thing completely opens out. So when I get my bigger pieces of furniture, when I make big stuff, I can stage it properly so it looks like a room. That's the idea anyway. So there we have it. All the 6 sections of the workshop. Yeah, you've had a good old nose round. So now you know where I spend all my days.
Thank you, Lou. Entertaining as always. And I particularly love the 2 bits. One, talking about all the mess in your workshop. I just thought that was brilliant. So many people will be able to relate to that, how difficult it is to keep things tidy. And the other thing that really, really jumped out was the photography studio. I think it's brilliant. And it's exactly the kind of setup that you need when you're photographing, you know, large, substantial items like wood. And it just looked great. And the whole thing is going to come together nicely as we move this business along. So the critical piece of information that Lou was talking about in her video was shipping. So what we're going to do, we had a meeting this morning. Obviously, when she recorded her video, it was the day before. We've had a meeting, and what we're going to do is shelving is going to be listed in its individual sizes. This is great for SEO, great for discovery. So rather than having one listing with lots of different shelves in it, what we're going to do is have lots of different listings, all unique to the size of that shelf and all SEO'd and photographed for that one item. And this, of course, allows Lou to now put the correct shipping and accurate shipping in for those items, and the lower priced items which is the main pain point of all this. So items under 2 kilos will now have their relative shipping prices on them, so that people get a much more reasonable price for the shipping to be charged to where they are in the world. So this will help people that want to buy, and I know there was a few of you in YouTube in the comments that were talking about buying some smaller items, but the shipping price was too expensive. And yeah, we looked into it, and yeah, that's exactly what happened. They were too expensive. This is getting adjusted over the next few days, so the prices will all fall into line, and the sales will start to pick up off of that, because that would have been a problem for some buyers, for some products in some countries. So we're getting close to July now, and as some of you will know who watch this program regularly, I'm flying over to England to meet Lou, to spend some time with Lou and make some good content for you guys to watch. I might even get to help her tidy up her workshop, if she'll let me. I'm not sure if she'll let me, but if she does, I'll help her with that. And we're going to come up with lots more ideas for this store. Remember, June, July, August is quiet time. It's called the summer lull. It's famous and it's very big on Etsy. Things get really quiet. So we're doing a lot of beavering away, a lot of work now, so that when we get to September and customers' minds are moving inwards to focusing on the home and improving the home and adding new bits and pieces to homes, that's when the hard work that we've done now is going to start to pay off in the autumn and winter. So as always, get into the comments. Let me and Lou and I know what you thought about her workshop. I'd love to know what you thought about it all. The machinery, the photographic studio, the setup, all her paraphernalia and things that she had in there. I thought was really interesting. Let us know what you thought about all that. Any other comments, always, we will answer them. I will answer them. There is a bit of a delay. I'm working through the comments as we speak, and I'm slowly getting up to speed on them. So I will respond to you. It will just take a bit of time. Okay, have a great week and see you in the next episode next week.